You know what? You might as well just be a heretic together because the world already hates you. YouTube is rocking and rolling. I've been rocking and rolling for 16 seconds, 17, 18, 20, 1. Oh. Who was that? Big Net. Yeah. Matter of fact, when you sent that, YouTube, literally I had just hit. Yeah, so we're going to hop into, man, excuse me. I got the hiccupers. We're going to hop into,
into where?
The hiccupers. Oh. No, we're still in Proverbs. We're still in the book of parables. We're still in the book of parables. And I think we're at chapter 3, maybe. Where are we at?
Yeah, we would either be starting 3 or finishing 2. I can say that.
Yeah, no, we're in 3.
We've had a lot of people come in. We've had a lot of people come in to distract the brethren. I'm just kidding.
God. Yeah.
Take us from the way. What's up, Alex?
Alex, what's going on, homeboy?
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Oh, down here. We're down here in Ireland. Down here, matey. What's up, man? How's it
God
going?
bless you all.
How's it going in Ireland, man?
Pretty good. The weather's just rainy, but that's typical Irish weather for us.
Yeah. Hey, I got to tell you something funny about Ireland when I first joined the service, man. You ready for it?
Yeah.
So, hey, the main airport there in Ireland, what's the name of the town?
So we have Dublin Airport, and then we have Shannon Airport.
No, it's Dublin. It was Dublin Airport. Not very big. Do you consider that a big airport?
To the Irish standards, that's a big airport.
Yeah, I bet it is. Well, anyhow, so I was young, and what's up, church boy? Yeah, so I was young, and I had to go do some training there in old Ireland. And so there's only so many of us that got invited, but we went and we had some fun. But while I was there, I got invited to a church there in old Ireland. And
awesome.
And I was like, man, I'll go, no big deal. And probably should have been paying attention, but I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. And it was a small church. There might have been maybe 50 people in there. It wasn't a big church. And they were serving tea. Or I thought it was tea in there.
Yeah.
And to the table, and I'm about to start pouring it something that I know is not tea, right? And I'm like, what the heck? I said, that smells like beer. So I take it and smell it. I said, bro, that is beer. What the heck? And they serve beer in that church in Ireland. Like,
I've never heard of that.
I was very young.
I don't know. I believe it 100%.
Listen, I'm telling you what I witnessed and been through as a young soldier. And so now, listen, it could have been one of those, some festival, something that maybe something passed my mind. Maybe it was a one time in a lifetime, but it don't matter. I know what happened. And they served beer in that freaking church. And I was like, and I was real young, like, bro, at this point, I never read the Bible. Okay. And so
Right.
I was like, I said, man, everybody in here going to hell. I said, these people are crazy. It's drinking beer in here. And I was there for at least 30 minutes and I left. And I tell you, I called my dad and I said, hey, Dad, these people in Ireland drink beer at church. And he goes, are you sure? I said, I know what it smells like. Yes, they're drinking beer in there. And I had a buddy that was in the Army and he's like, hey, where were you at? And I said, well, if it wasn't in Dublin, it was right outside of. I said, if it wasn't in Dublin, it was right outside of Dublin. I said, I don't remember the name of the area specifically. I said, but I do know that we flow into the Dublin airport. That's what I do know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, brother.
Morning. Jody,
Really?
I said, hold on. Jody, can you stop changing your picture? Can you please stop doing that? I swear, you change it again, you ain't coming up here for a year. Why do you keep changing your picture? No, you don't do that to me. Why? Answer my question. Why do you keep changing your picture, bro? Why? You get bored with the other one? Huh?
Yes, I get bored. Like,
Okay, well then, you know what? Put a picture of yourself. You can't get bored of yourself. Lord have mercy. This woman here.
Hey,
What?
I just need you guys to keep me in prayer.
Hey, Jody, stop telling Christians to keep you in prayer. Brother, sister, we keep each other in prayer all the time. Do you really think you have to ask someone to keep you in prayer?
Oh, I'm in the hospital right now.
Jody, I know where you're at. I know, but why, let me ask you this. Do you think if you forget to tell us to keep you in prayer, we just stop thinking about you? Is that what you think?
Yes.
No, don't think that. You don't know. Don't think that. That's a lie. Where's that thought coming from? Is that God telling you that or the devil? Huh?
The devil.
Okay, so why do you believe it?
I don't know.
Oh, no, you do know. You believe it because it feels good to believe a lie. That's why you believe it. It's not true. Everybody's that comes up here every day. You think everybody forgets about Jody every day? I'm telling you, you're wrong. No. But I'm telling you, you're wrong, Jody, is what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you this so you can answer my question. I'm telling you, people know that you're in the hospital and they don't forget to like say, give good tidings to Jody to God. What I'm saying is Satan is the one telling you, oh, nobody remembers you. You're just a nobody, Jody. And you're like, well, you know what? That's probably true. And it ain't true. It ain't true. That's what I'm telling you. You understand?
No, my rent is not free, Brian. Brian thinks my rent's free. No,
what in the heck? We're talking about you being in the hospital and you're talking about rent. What? No, world.
Ryan in the comments.
I know, but you're not paying attention to what I'm saying, bro. All right, mute your mic, Jody. Mute your mic. All right, let's see. Jessica, what's going on?
Hey, your image is backwards. You got to flip your camera.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. How's that? All right. Well, I already know we did Proverbs 3. Let's see, 1 through... Well,
Proverbs 3? Are we?
yeah, we already started 3.
I don't remember starting 3.
Bro, really? Look at verse 1. My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. I 100% talked about the law being written on our hearts.
Yeah, but that's in 2 also, right?
Oh, it is? My bad. I'm sorry.
That's all over.
He's like, that's it. Hey, he's like, that's in every chapter, bro. Okay, my bad then. My bad, bro. My bad. How dare I?
What? No. We can get further because it talks about new wine further in 3. So.
Well, hold on. Let me see. It says, for length of days, long life, peace shall they add thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy.
We were talking about the 2 women from the last, I remember.
Okay, but what verse was that?
Verse 16, Proverbs 2, chapter 2.
Proverbs 2, man, y'all are, hold on a second. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, the transgressors shall be rooted. None go to return again, and thou mayest walk in the way of good men to pass. Oh, second.
I'm wrong, Trot. Sorry. We're at chapter 3, verse 3. We were talking about something binding around your neck and something written on the heart.
I told you, CJ. I'm telling you, I knew we were at 3. We're at 3, 1, 2, 3, somewhere right there. no kids or hubby. The baby is there a spot for me to go up or Dre coming up? Brenda, just come up. Why do we need your whole life story? Huh? Can you come up here without your whole life? Leave your whole life over there.
She for real said I got no wife, no husband, no kids.
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, Jody.
I'm lonely.
Jody.
I made no sense either. I'm like, don't read it out loud.
Yeah. Hey, don't read it out loud. Hold on a second. Hey, Jody, can you hear me, Jody?
Yes.
Jody, I'm talking about your profile picture, bro. Your profile, not the screen, bro. The profile picture. Lord, I'm about to drop you, bro. Like, you just too. Wow, bro, I've been reading, bro. Listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop you. You got 5 minutes.
No.
Listen, let me finish. You're not my mom. You don't tell me no. Listen, you got 5 minutes. Listen, you got 5 minutes to change your profile picture to that picture right there. Better be your profile picture when I try to bring you back up. Can you do that in 5 minutes?
Yes.
Huh?
I got you, brother.
What?
I said I got you.
Why are you whispering, bro?
Oh, my voice.
Oh. She's like, I'm really not trying to. I'm just not doing it too well right now. She's like, let me borrow $20 to the bar.
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that the other night, TJ.
I was like, hey, why are you whispering? I'm sorry. I just trying to borrow them $20 to the bar.
Hey, that's Marge's sisters on The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's who it is. Now listen here. Heck yeah, dude. That lady's out of there, bro. She smokes like 50 cigarettes a second. All right, Jody, get the heck off the panel, bro. Get off, and I need to see that Jody picture on your
Okay.
Hurry up. What's taking so long, bro? Sausage fingers? Jody's something else. She thinks because she's in a hospital that I'm going to be extra nice. I'm like, no. I'm going to give you the business more because you're in the hospital. I'm not going to rub your back. Get off the... We all have to go to the hospital. Let me tell you something. Do your family a favor and quit babying them when they go to the hospital. Lord have mercy. Now, listen. If the doctor said they got 30 seconds to live, okay, fine. Then be serious for 30 seconds, okay? But when second 31 gets here... Lord have mercy. Tell everybody something funny that person did before they passed away. Now, if they're not saved, I'm not suggesting to handle it that way. So let me make myself clear. I'm talking about people who are saved, okay? Talking about people who are saved, man. Stop acting like they're like the life is... Jody, I do not... Let me see. Oh, it changed. All right. You did well.
Hey,
you did well.
I got you.
All right.
I got you.
Well, you did well. We'll leave you alone. Mute your mic, though. I'm tired of hearing your voice.
Hey, I love you guys.
She's like, hold on a second. I did everything I was told. Be nice. All right.
Yeah, be nice to me.
I'm being nice. Calm down. This is nice. This is nice right here. All right, so we are at
Real nice.
That's real nice. Ryan, what's up?
That's real nice.
Ryan, what's up, bruh?
Not much, bro. How you doing?
Ryan, what do you mean by
Jody,
Hey,
hold on a second. Time out, Joe. This is not an invitation to take over the. Hey, can you quit usurping authority over the man? Can you quit usurping authority, ma'am? No, she don't get that. Oh,
Hey,
I thought it was funny.
Try what I meant earlier is she don't have to worry. She lives rent free in everybody's minds on this panel.
Yeah. She was like, Ryan, you're lying. I don't live rent free. I'm like, what is she talking
I have to pay rent. No, that ain't that kind of rent.
What is this woman talking about? Hey, Jody, have you ever made a pie?
Yeah.
By scratch, bro. I'm not talking about going to Walmart and just heating it up in the oven.
No.
Oh, I'm dropping your
No.
butt. No, you're out of here.
No.
Zam. No, you get the zam, bro. All right, Brenda's next. Brenda, you ever made a pie, Brenda?
Yes, an apple pie to be exact.
Night. Jessica, don't lie. Jessica Newberry, you ever made a pie? She's on purpose not answering. I'm about to zam you anyway, just to zam your butt. No? Have you made a pie? Oh, that's my cousin. No, but you about to make me one tonight. That sucker better been crispy on the edges. Pecan. Want a pecan. All right. One in the flock. Where you been? You know what? I'm gonna zam you out of here just to zam you out. Have you made a pie? You better say apple if you made one. Negative Nancy. You can't use negative Nancy like that. Maple pecan. I was here last week. He said, I was here last week. Oh, you were here one day last week? Oh, bless your heart. Talking about bye. I get down. I just did. You just did. Yeah, you just did. Yeah, you're right. One of the flock comes over here once a month. Like she just so
shoot once a year.
Go. That ain't no lie though. She said last week. I really feel like saying stop lying. That's what I feel like saying. Stop lying, Larry. You lying, Larry.
Hey, y'all made chicken pie or what?
Chicken pie? Bro, get out of here. You
Chicken pot pie.
Nah, get out of here. I'm talking about freaking dessert pie.
I'm so
Zam. Swear, you guys getting on my nerves today. Chicken pot pie. Hey, Flip gonna come out. He gonna come back swinging, bro. Flip gonna come back swinging. She probably has a job. Leave her alone. Hey, let me tell you something, women. Oh, hey, listen here, woman. Don't be coming in here taking up. You're my family, bro. Quit coming up here and taking up. You in your belly. He gonna come in here swinging, bro. Let me see. He gonna come in here swinging. Get out of your belly, bro. Yeah, y'all quit. Hey, stop laughing at my cousin, man. Quit trying to egg her on. She won't stop. Y'all really ruining this. I'm gonna have to block her for the week. She won't stop. Y'all making her. She gonna continue. Too assertive. Too assertive. I don't know. That was probably aggressive. Hey, Flip, you missed out, bro. You missed out. You should have said I was being aggressive. That'd have been a no den for you. Hey, whoa, easy now. Hey, what's for den anyway? What we eating?
What's bruh?
Flip's like, get out of your belly, bro. You missed it. You had an opportunity to tell me quit being aggressive. I need to be more assertive. That's a perfect timing.
Yeah.
Are you in your belly? I know you are, bro. Go drink your coffee.
I'm drinking coffee.
Go ahead and add shot with that.
Bro, I've been up, bro. Hey, I usually get up around 5:30 in the morning, sometimes 6, depending. I got up today like at probably maybe 4 in the morning. So I've been up. I got a lot done, to be honest with you. I chopped a lot of wood. I got a lot done this morning. So
I was up at like 5:30.
Yeah. Yeah, but you didn't get nothing done. See the difference? I said I've been up since 4 and I got a lot done. What'd you get done?
I was cooking bread. My boy.
He's like, he was like, I was taking care of little humans. How about that, sir? Yeah. Let me see.
Since like 3 o'clock, so.
Do what?
Harsh.
Who's talking? What?
Me, Brenda.
Oh, what'd you say?
Never mind.
No,
I was saying, I'm like, yeah, I've been up since 3:30 and I feel amazing.
Bro, stop, bro. You're trying to trump my awesome 4 o'clock, bro. Stop it.
With a newborn.
Listen to that. With a newborn, 2 jobs, and a grouchy husband. Don't do this. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro.
No. She's off for 12 weeks, so she ain't worried about the job.
She's off for 12 weeks.
Got her up at 3:30.
What?
Yeah, women when they have a baby, they can be off anywhere from 10 to 12 or
Bro,
more
that's
weeks.
hey, bro. All they need is 12 days. Get your butt back to work. You ain't 12 weeks.
I'm gonna stay at home mom, so but I do get back to work here.
Yeah, hurry up and get back to work. This is a bunch of nonsense. 12 weeks. Man, 12 days. Man, listen, my mom had me 12 seconds later. She had 12-hour shift. You hear me? Come on, man. Get off the gas.
Oh.
They don't make them like her no more.
They don't.
Yeah.
Brenda's like, wow, that's pretty amazing. She should write a book.
Yeah.
Like, wow, where is this lady?
Not built like that anymore. Where are these women at?
Look at Susie. He's a lie. Susie, stop ruining my jokes, bro. Lee, I'm about to, you know what? You going to Zam. I'm about to Zam you out of here. I'm going to block you for the week.
That's a mute for 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 30-second. What's wrong with you? That was the funniest joke for probably the rest of the day. That was a highlight of my week right there. I was off 4 months. 4 months! You know what, Tammy? You going to Zam land too, man. 4 months. We're going to take you off 4 months.
Yeah,
of
but I
DC.
got a question for
I
you.
got 2 weeks. I was like, yeah, what? Can I at least get 3 weeks? What is this?
God, you got time off after, Bubba. You know what time you get off? The day the baby's born. You can go visit, and you better clock back in before lunch. Before lunch is over. You hear me? Himalaya, what's up? What's on your mind?
Good morning.
Good
Morning, my friend.
Morning. What is up? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on, but first I need to say my line. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, Hosanna in the highest, King of kings, Lord of lords.
Oh my God!
So
hold on a second. Hold on. You're not gonna just act like you didn't just bust out with some theatrics. What was that? The heck was that you just said? Sound like you. Were you scared? You come in here speaking in tongues? I need an interpreter, bro. We come here speaking in tongues, bro.
No, that's just my line. And matter of fact, I didn't
finish.
Everything is vanity.
Oh my God! Well, I'm glad you shortened it up. Look at my cousin talking smack. Hold on a second. You off for life. So why you talking mess? Listen to this. Listen to this. You know what? I'm zamming you out of here. That's enough, cuz you off for life. It's called retirement, bro. Y'all need to stop the nonsense. Try, did you understand my question the other day? Passion, hold on. Let me see if Himalaya got one. Don't let me forget though. Himalaya, what's up? You got a question or what?
Yes, I've got a question about the what's his name? Ahithophel.
What the heck you just say? What?
His name is Ahithophel. The guy who basically hanged himself after his counsel was not taken by Absalom.
Oh, man, we're so far off, girl. Let me see. All right, hold on a second. Give me the address. 2 Samuel.
Yeah, 2 Samuel chapter 17.
All right, 2 Samuel chapter 17, what?
Yeah, so I think it's verse, the part where he hangs himself is like verse 23. And then, yeah, but the question I have is like, also like, okay, so not verse 23. The question I have is on verse 14.
Yeah, all right. So look, yeah, I'm starting to remember this now. Okay, so this story of Absalom, bro, we're going to have to go read. Well, I thought it was 16, no? Let me see, 15, 14? Let me look at 14. Okay, Absalom's return. All right, listen. Anytime somebody wants to bring up Absalom, I'll always tell them, you have to go read a lot of Absalom's story so you can see kind of where he fits. Is he considered a good guy, bad guy, or whatever? And so we get to, it might be 12, 13, let's see, and it came to pass. Yeah, we'll say around right? Because 12 is when, let's see, I think this is when David was like, sorry. Let's see. And Nathan said, the man, thus said the God of Israel. Yeah, all right. So 12, bro, I know this sounds crazy, but you got to read all of 12. You got to read 13 because 13 is when Absalom says right here, Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister whose name was Tamar. So Amon, or Ammon, or however you say his name, he defiles Tamar, and then Absalom kind of loses his stuff, right? So then we get to 14. This is when Absalom comes back. And if I'm messing it up, y'all forgive me. Don't quote me. But okay, so we get to the next chapter. And this is where Absalom decides, man, screw. Even though we know that's his dad, but he's like, man, screw King David. All right. So Absalom's going against David. And we start getting into, let me see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and brother, another thing that stuck out to me about Absalom is the fact that
hold on. Time out. Hold on. We can't do 10 things at once. Hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, I'm almost done. I'm just kind of lost. Maybe it's in 17. Okay.
16.
All right. No. It's okay. We can go.
16 is David is cursed.
Yeah. So in 16,
And
there's a.
enters Jerusalem.
Yeah. But in 17, no, I'm looking for a very specific thing. So in 17, this is where. Yeah. But who was with Absalom? Hold on. There's somebody with Absalom here in 17. All right, let's see. 14. And okay, here. And Absalom and all the men of Israel said that counsel is better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is what you brought up, right? 17?
No, 14, right? 14.
Hold on.
No, you said 20.
Oh, no, yeah, chapter 17.
Okay, yeah, so in chapter 17, yeah. So in chapter 17, this is where, like 24 says, then David came to Mahanaim, and Absalom passed over Jordan, he and all the men of Israel with him, and Absalom made Amasa captain of the host. Then we get to 18, and this is where Absalom is unalived, right here in 18. But I'm telling you, like the thing you're bringing up, you got to remember, you're asking a question about a story that probably half the people in here may not have even read. And for me, just to go over just about what you're bringing up in Absalom, people aren't even familiar with the story sometimes, man. So, I mean, we can catch them up, I guess. I mean, I kind of try to talking about each chapter. Let me do it one more time. So let me go to chapter 12. So chapter 12 is where David's like, feeling sorry for all the shenanigans. 13 is where Absalom's sister was defiled by Amon. And then 14 is where, and let me read the part where he returns or where he comes back, or let me say.
Yeah, we studied the whole Amnon defiling the ladies.
Yeah, so it just kind of shows like this story with Absalom in it.
You see him down at verse 21 in chapter 14.
Oh, is it in 21? And the king unto Joab, behold, now I have done these things. Therefore, bring the young man Absalom. Okay, yeah. So bring Absalom again. So we get to 22, and it says, and Joab fell to the ground on his face and bowed himself and thanked the king. And Joab said, today thy servant knoweth that I have found grace in thy sight, my lord, O king. And the king hath fulfilled the request of the servant. And Joab arose and went to Geshur and brought Absalom to Jerusalem. And the king said, let him return to his own house. So Absalom returned to his own house and saw not the king's face. All right, so that was 15. In 16, this is where David receives like a is it a curse or a negative? We'll say curse. All right. Now we get to 17, and this is, oh man.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, y'all give me a second. I'll be right back.
So 15 is Absalom's conspiracy.
Right, but CJ, and that, like, so when Trot is gone, like, we have to understand who is Absalom, right? And then, like, chapter 14, verse 25, it says, "Now in all Israel there was no one so much to be praised for his handsome appearance as Absalom. From the sole of his foot to the crown of his head, there was no blemish in him. And when he cut the hair of his head, he weighed the hair of his head 200 shekels by the king's weight. There were born to Absalom 3 sons and 1 daughter, whose name was Tamar. She was a beautiful woman."
What is all
he used to cut his hair, and when it was heavy on him, he cut it. That part right there, I feel like. Sorry, I have a phone call.
Anyone waiting and anyone that's listening, tap the screen.
So sorry, I had a phone call. What were you saying, bro?
No, he was saying tap the screen share. If you can go to YouTube, go over to YouTube. If not, that's alright too.
Hair is faith.
You got to remember, Esau was very hairy too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I was asking. What does all that mean? Because you're just blowing through it, but you're asking about this person. It says he was much praised as Absalom for his beauty.
And Zacchaeus was a very short man.
Yeah, and then, in verse 28, it says that Absalom lived two full years in Jerusalem without coming into the king's presence. I'm not seeing something there. I'm not talking about just the time or the story, I feel like I'm not seeing something there. Without coming into the king's presence, he lived 2 full years in Jerusalem. What do you think that means, guys?
Say it again.
What do you think that is, bro? It says, because after
28.
Yeah, verse 28. Because after Joab brings, first of all, why is Joab like so happy that his request is granted? Because it's not even him who is suffering, it's David. And then it says Absalom, after he came to in the city, he lived 2 full years without coming into the king's presence, right? Well, because the king said presence.
And what did he stay at? He sat at the gate to try to confuse people.
Yeah, but he would go to the gate after he was brought to Jerusalem, right? I think so.
He would sit at the gate when people were coming to see the king, and he would try to derail them.
Yeah. But I wonder why it took him 2 years.
Talking about,
exactly. You know what I mean?
What you're talking about starts in verse 23.
23. Yeah, Geshur. He was at Geshur first, and then brought Absalom to Jerusalem. Okay. So he stayed in Geshur. But before that, he was in Geshur.
Keep going.
And the king said, the king said, let him dwell apart in his own house. He's not to come into my presence. So Absalom lived apart in his own house and did not come into the king's presence. And then the funny thing is that, guess what? Absalom gets the commander of his army to be this other guy, whose name is Amasa. And Amasa happens to be the child of Joab's cousin, kind of like Mary and Elizabeth. That's crazy.
Where you at? What's the address? 2 Samuel what? 17?
Yeah, the address is chapter 17, verse 25. Now Absalom had set Amasa over the army instead of Joab. Amasa was the son of a man named Ithra, the Ishmaelite, who had married Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister of Uriah, Joab's mother. So they're cousins. So, y'all see what I'm trying to say? Or no?
Masa, what's a masa mean?
So
Burden.
Amasa means burden.
Yeah. Burden.
Yeah.
Who took our burdens?
Yeah.
There you go.
And the fact that at Ahitophel guy, right, in verse 23, when Ahitophel saw that counsel was not followed, he saddled his donkey and went off home to his own city. He set his house in order and hanged himself. And he died and was buried in the tomb of his father. That sounds like Judas to me. And then before that, there's the woman who hides the two guys. That sounds like Rahab to me.
To Rahab, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you just slow down, you'll have all these answers.
Yeah, I know.
All right, what's up? Where we at?
The Bible.
Where are we?
Nah. Let me send you to Zamzam Land for that comment. The Bible. That locos, dude.
We were at 17.
We
were at chapter 17. But brother, I feel bad because like you said, everybody, like, they have to really go back and find, like, know what we're talking about. I feel like the whole room is...
Well, yeah. No, but we kind of went over it. So what's your question, though?
Okay, the question is like, so Ahitophel guy, he suggests Absalom to go and sleep with the 10 concubines that David had put to watch the house, right? And then, but before that, David says to God, like, Lord, please let the counsel of Ahitophel become bad. And then he suggests this to Absalom, right? And then the 10 ladies, I don't know if it's the 10 virgins.
All right, hold on. Time out. Hold on a second. Okay, I could have swore the verse you brought up was 2 Samuel 17. Like, what was the verse you brought up?
Verse 14.
All right, 14.
The second half of the 14, basically. For the Lord had ordained to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel.
Okay, so if you're bringing up that verse, why are you talking about concubines and these 10 women?
Yeah, because the counsel that he gave was to sleep with the women, right? Up in the roof.
Yeah, but hey, you probably should have started off with saying that.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
So
to be honest with you, it sounds like you got 10 questions, not one.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But
okay.
I'm trying to go into the one question that I have, the main first question. So I know from carnal eyes, it just looks like his counsel was bad because he's telling this guy to sleep with 10 women. That's his dad's women, But that's just the carnal. Because for the Lord had ordained to defeat the good counsel. How is it good, is my question. Like, in which way exactly is it good?
All right. So let's get to the part where he's ordered to have relations with these women. Take us to that verse. Where's that at?
Give me a second. It's in chapter 16.
All right. So, but what you did is you took us to chapter 17. All right. So let's go. All right. Hold on. Let's go to chapter 16. All right. Let's go. Where you at?
Verse 22. So they pitched a tent for Absalom on the roof. Okay. Verse 21. Verse 21. Chapter 16.
All right. Let's start at 15. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mute your mic. You around Himalaya. I don't know if you're in the Himalaya mountains or what. You got people fishing back there. I don't know what's going on. All right.
I'm outside because my baby's sleeping.
No. I'm just giving you a hard time. All right. So it says 15. So this is 2 Samuel 16, chapter 16, verse 15. It says, and Absalom and all the people, the men of Israel, came to Jerusalem, and Ahithophel with him. And it came to pass when Hushai and Archite, David's friend, was come unto Absalom, that Hushai said unto Absalom, God save the king. God save the king. Now, obviously, David is king, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. God save the king, God save the king. And Absalom said unto Heshu, is this thy kindness to thy friend? Why wentest thou not with thy friend? And Hushai said unto Absalom, nay, but whom the Lord and his people and all the men of Israel choose, his will I be, and with him will I abide. And again, who should I serve? Should I not serve in the presence of his son, as I have served in my father's presence? So will I be in thy presence. Then said Absalom to Ahithophel, give counsel among you that we shall do. And Ahithophel said unto Absalom, go in unto thy father's concubines, which he hath left to keep the house. And all Israel shall hear that thou art aboard of thy father. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all of Israel. And the counsel of Ahithophel, he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of God. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom. 17. So this is the chapter we're getting to 17 here, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. And it says, all right, so far, what's taking place? What did Ahithophel tell Absalom to do, and for what reason? Like, what's the whole purpose of this?
To make himself a stench to the entire Israel and strengthen the hands of the people that are with him.
Okay, you kind of gave that to me, King James Version. Give it to me, American Western 2024. What's the point?
To strengthen the army of man, all these names, Absalom.
Okay, why would that strengthen his army?
Because he would stench to the people of Israel.
Okay, go look at that word stench in Hebrew. Tell me what word that is.
It means reek, bad smell.
What is this, Game of Thrones? Reek? Anybody remember that? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Of course, I remember.
Guy's a weirdo. Anyway, okay, so let me see. The word that are you read the New King James Version, Himalaya?
No, I'm reading KJV and ESV side by side.
Okay. Well, then it's the ESV that's saying that word stench. because in the King James Version, it says aboard. It says, and Ahithophel said unto Absalom, go in unto thy father's concubines, which he had left to keep the house, and all of Israel shall hear that thou art aboard of thy father. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong. So that word right there, aboard. What is that? What's that word in Hebrew?
What does that mean? Let's find out.
The Bible says you will abhor yourself. Right?
Same word that Job used. He abhorred himself.
He abhorred himself. But let's look at it in Hebrew, Himalaya, and tell me what that word means. Like, in its most simplistic manner.
Okay.
What verse y'all in? So I can look it up.
Yeah. Brenda,
887 Hebrew.
Brenda, more than likely,
16 verse 21.
Brenda, more than likely, you'll be right. That's how that word is used, but I always go confirm. So right now, we're just going to go confirm. Who's got it?
I think Flip has it. Flip already has it.
What's up,
What is it,
Flip? Say it.
It's 887. 887, and it means.
What's the Hebrew word?
The word is ba'ash.
Ba'ash.
That's
Okay.
how you say it. Ba'ash.
All right.
Yeah. There's loathsome. That's the meaning. Loathsome, to stink, smell bad.
Okay. What does loathsome mean? What does loathsome mean?
It says to be offensive morally.
All right. To be offensive morally. Right? So look. Says, oh my Lord, where am I at?
21.
Yeah. So it says, keep thy house. So it says, all Israel shall hear that thou art aboard of thy father. What does that mean? Aboard of thy father.
Like,
To be evil before his eyes. To be offensive.
Okay, so let's do it in 2024 English. What is it saying in English?
well, hated by his hated by Israel, right? Disgusted.
Your daddy gonna think you green, bruh. Let me stop. All right.
All right. So is it saying do this to prove that you and your father have a good relationship? Do this for what reason? I need it in English. In 2024 England, not slang. Somebody give it to me in English. What is this saying? I ain't heard an answer yet.
Bro, hated. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So your dad can
Who's
hate
hated?
you.
Who's hated? Who's hated?
The son by the father.
I mean, what is it?
Gonna hate the son.
Okay, hold on a second. Himalaya, what is it? We in Star Wars? You're speaking like Yoda. I'm gonna give this to me in freaking English. Why is it so hard to explain what's happening here?
He said, "Go sleep with these women. Your daddy can hate you, bro."
Okay.
Absalom is showing that he disdain his daddy, like he don't care about his daddy.
All right, so basically, Absalom's gonna do something that is so disrespectful to his dad that his dad is not on good terms with him, and that way everybody will see, oh, you and your dad are not on good terms because you did something on purpose to make your dad mad at you. And they said, if you do this, this will strengthen the people on your side. Right?
Yeah, like how though?
Yeah, man.
All right. That question right there, Himalaya, I knew you were going to ask that question. You still don't understand how?
Yeah, I understand. I think it's the shadow, right? Because
oh no, hold on, whoa. We ain't even getting in the shadows right now, Himalaya. We're talking about black letters on a white page right now.
Bro, Himalaya, that's like somebody telling one of your kids, "Hey man, go into your mom's china shop and wreck everything in the china cabinet so your mama can hate you." That's all it's saying. I don't understand how you're not getting it. It's not. This is clear.
No. What it is God is asking, "What do you see?" She said, "I see people as trees." Hold on. We went too far. Hold on a second.
No.
All right, hold on.
Everybody
Himalaya, hold on.
gets that story.
Himalaya, hold on a second. You got kids?
Yeah.
What's the oldest one? How old is the oldest one?
I have one kid. He's 4.
Okay. Well, let's say you had a 12-year-old daughter, okay? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And somebody told your 12-year-old daughter, hey, go in your mom's house and all the dishes that are made out of glass, I want you to break all of them. And if you do that, then all the people here will know that y'all are at quarrel, like y'all have an issue, you and your mom. And then because if people think that y'all are friends, you're not going to have your own army. So your daughter is trying to take over the kingdom. So to prove to everybody that y'all are not on good terms, she's going to go in the house and break like the plates and stuff that has been passed down for 20 generations. She's going to bust all it in front of everybody. That way everybody knows for a fact y'all are not on the same side. Understand or not?
Yeah.
All right. But what you're doing, you're seeing concubines and you're thinking, oh, bride and da-da-da. All right. But the first step is to see that physically these are all real people. Absalom had physical relations with concubines of David. That's the first thing that has to be seen first, not the shadow. You don't see the shadow first. You see the story first. All right. So, all right, hold on a second.
Malay, are you getting it? Are you for real getting it? Or are you just saying, yeah, like you understand the concept here?
No, bro. I actually get all of that. My question was like verse 14. We're just going back to understand verse 14 is what we're doing.
All right. No, I'm not questioning whether you get that or not. I'm just saying we're just going to go over that first. All right. So 17, 14. Matter of fact, let's read 17. Himalaya, go ahead and read 17.
Okay. The sound is bad, right? The background.
All right. Well, somebody read it. We got to read 17 because that's where we're at, right? We're on chapter 17 now, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to? All right, I can read it if you can handle the background noise. So
we'll try.
Moreover,
it's not bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, stop me if it becomes too much. Okay. So moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, Let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue after David this night. And I will come upon him while he is weary and weak-handed, and will make him afraid, and all the people that are with him shall flee, and I will smite the king only. And I will bring back all the people unto thee. The man whom thou seekest is as if all returned, so all the people shall be in peace. And the saying pleased Absalom well, and all the elders of Israel. Then said Absalom, Call now Hushai the Archite also, and let us hear likewise what he said. And when Hushai was come to Absalom, Absalom spake unto him, saying, Ahithophel hath spoken after this manner. Shall we do after his saying? If not, speak thou. And Hushai said unto Absalom, The counsel that Ahithophel had given is not good at this time. For said Hushai, Thou knowest my thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be chaffed in their minds, as a bear robbed of her whelps in the field. And thy father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. Behold, he is hid now in some pit, or in some other place. And it will come to pass, when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever heareth it will say, There is a slaughter among the people that follow up. And he also that is valiant, whose heart is as the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. For all Israel knoweth that thy father is a mighty man, and they which be with him are valiant men. Therefore I counsel that all Israel be generally gathered unto thee, from Dan even to Beersheba, as the sand that is by the sea, for multitude, and that thou go to battle in thine own person. So shall we come upon him in some place where he shall be found, and we will light upon him as the dew falleth on the ground. And of him and of all the men that are with him there shall not be left so much as one. Moreover, if he be gotten into a city, then shall all Israel bring ropes to that city. That was my other question. I don't understand this. And we will draw it into the river, until there be not one small stone found there. And Absalom and all the men of Israel said, The counsel of Hushai the Archite is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. For the Lord had appointed to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel, to the intent that the Lord might bring evil upon Absalom. Then said Hushai unto Zadok and to Abiathar the priest, Thus and thus did Ahithophel counsel Absalom and the elders of Israel, and thus have I counseled. Now therefore send quickly and tell David, Lodge not this night in the plains of the wilderness, but speedily pass over, lest the king be swallowed up and all the people that are with him. Now Jonathan and Ahimaaz stayed by Enrogel, for they might not be seen to come into the city. And a wench went and told them, and they a lad saw them and told Absalom. Both of them away quickly and came to a man's house in Behurim, which had a well in his court, whither they went down. And the woman took the spread, a covering over the well's mouth, and spread ground corn thereon, and the thing was not known. And when Absalom's servants came to the woman to the house, they said, Where is Ahimaaz and Jonathan? And the woman said unto them, They be gone over the brook of water. And when they had sought and could not find them, they returned to Jerusalem. And it came to pass after they were departed that they came up out of the well, and went and told King David, and said unto David, Arise and pass quickly over the water, for thus hath Ahithophel counseled against you. Then David arose, and all the people that were with him, and they passed over Jordan by the morning light. There lacked not one of them that was not gone over Jordan. And when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass, and arose, and gat him home to his house, to his city, and put his household in order, and hanged himself, and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. Then David came to Mahanaim, and Absalom passed over Jordan, he and the men of Israel with him. And Absalom made Amasa captain of the host instead of Joab, which Amasa was a man's son, whose name was Ithran, Israelite, that went into Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister to Jeriah, Joab's mother. So Israel and Absalom pitched in the land of Gilead. And it came to pass, when David was come to Mahanaim, that Shobi the son of Nahash of Rabbah of the children of Ammon, and Machir the son of Amiel the Lobar, and Barzillai the Gilead of Regolim, brought beds and basins and earthen vessels and wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and beans and lentils and pulse and honey and butter and sheep and cheese of kine for David and for the people that were with him to eat. For they said, the people is hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness. Amen. That was the whole of chapter 17.
All right. So obviously you got to read all that, right? Because, I mean, first of all, there's a lot going on here. But let me say this. So 14 is the one you brought up. It says, Absalom and all the men, Israel said that the counsel of Hushai and Archite is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. All right, so this is what I'm going to ask you. The counsel of Ahithophel was what? What was his counsel?
His counsel was for Absalom to sleep with the concubines of his father. Right,
and the other two were Hushai and Archite. What was their counsel?
His counsel was basically don't do that, but instead collect a bunch of army and then attack David.
Right. Let's go find their counsel. Where's the verse that talks about Hushai and Archite? Where's that counsel at? Let's go look at it.
You mean like, you mean the time when Hushai comes to meet David?
No. These two men, Hushai and Archite, they had to have. Is it in 16?
I think 16:16. And it came to pass that Hushai the Archite, David's friend, came to Absalom, that Hushai said unto Absalom, God save the king, God save the king.
All right.
Okay. Is it 17:5?
Okay. What is 17:5?
Then said Absalom, call now Hushai the Archite.
All right, right here. Yeah, right. So there. No, this is it right here. Then said Absalom, call now Hushai and Archite also, and let us hear likewise what he saith. And when Hushai was come to Absalom, Absalom spake unto him, saying, after thou hast spoken after this manner, shall we do after his saying? If not, speak thou. And Hushai, whatever, said unto Absalom, the counsel that Ahithophel hath given is not good at this time. For saith Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, and they be mighty men, and they be chaffed in their minds as a what? Oh, as a bear robbed of her whelps. Father is man of war, and will not lodge. Behold, he is hid now in some pit. Yeah. So it says, behold, he is hid now in some pit or in some other place, and it will come to pass when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever heareth it will say, there is a slaughter among the people that follow Absalom. So what is he saying? What's this guy's take on things?
Well, because the other, what's the other guy, man? The one who said Abiathar, right? Yeah. So Abiathar, because his second advice was, moreover, tonight we're gonna go and attack David and catch him like off guard, right? But the Hushai guy goes like, no, let's not do that because you can't catch him off guard. He's too smart. He's gonna be hiding in some pit right now. We'll just go later on, like muster much more army. So
I just want to make sure before we move on that everybody understands what the counsel is here. Because in 14 it says, and Absalom, all right, it says, and Absalom and all the men of Israel said that the counsel of Hushai and Archite is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. For the Lord has appointed to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel, to the intent of the Lord might bring. All right, so the question is this. Which counsel did Absalom choose?
Absalom chose the counsel of the Hushai.
All right, which is where? Where is it at that shows that's what he chose? Or shows that's what he...
That's the confusing part for me, brother, because like Absalom took half the advice of that Abiathar guy because he actually did sleep with them women. It says he did, you know, and then the other half, he takes the advice of Hushai guy.
So you're saying he took everybody's advice?
Yeah, he took half and half. Like, because the first guy, he gave two advices, and Absalom takes the first advice, but the second advice he ignores. And then the second guy only gives one advice that has nothing to do with the ladies, basically says don't do it. And then the other one is the advice that he takes, the second advice. So
everybody agree with that? Yeah. Everybody agree with that? Does everybody agree?
Can I read verse 14?
Yes, because chapter 16, verse 22. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house. Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel.
All right. What about the other half?
But the other half, which is the moreover, he goes, Ahithophel said unto Absalom in chapter 17, verse 1, let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue after David this night. That's the one he didn't take. That's the one that people said is worse than the advice of Hushai.
All right. So when it says 14, and Absalom and all the men of Israel said that Ahithophel, how do you say his name? For the Lord has appointed, the counsel of Hushai and Archite is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. Now we know that he took the counsel of Ahithophel because it does say that he had relations with the concubines, David's concubines, correct? And it says, for the Lord has appointed to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel to the intent that the Lord might bring evil upon Absalom. So it's
Absalom defiled the upper room.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's exactly what he did. Because what does it say that he took the concubines?
To the roof so that everybody can see in the upper room.
Right. So let's go.
He defiled the upper room,
yeah.
bro.
So let's go there.
Right.
Let's go there.
Okay. And then also, brother, in the chapter 15, verse 31, David actually prays to God, saying, "Oh Lord, please turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness."
Yeah. Okay. Before we go there, let's go to where it talks about the location, how it describes where Absalom went to do this. You find it, Dre?
Bro, I'm working. I'm just listening and hearing what you read.
So somebody,
like,
yeah. So
I just heard her say, I was like,
yeah.
Hey, he defiled the upper room.
Yeah,
bro.
so somebody find where it describes where he did this.
Yeah, it's chapter 16, verse 22. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house. And Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. So a tent on top of the house.
Right. Yeah. What story in the Bible does it say there was a couple that said, hey, let's make a room on the top of the house for the prophet in case he comes, he has a place to lodge?
The Shulamite?
Yeah, what's name? And the Elijah's friends, what's their names?
It was the upper room, man. It was the upper room. They gave him the top room and they set it up for him whenever he comes.
Right. And who was the prophet?
Elijah.
And what does his name mean?
Jehovah something.
Hey, well, that's all right. We'll look it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that.
It means I got it. Hold on, I just know John's in there. So it's
page 452.
My God is Jehovah.
Yeah. So Yahweh or Jehovah, right? Everybody debates that, but Yahweh or Jehovah is my God. So, so they build an upper room for this man of God to stay when he comes into town. And whenever the spies went into the land of Canaan, where were they hid?
The upper room.
In the upper room.
The upper room.
Where else do we see upper room? Not the hold on, time out. Not the New Testament. Old Testament.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So like Noah upper room, that's where the dove went out.
That's too easy. Nah, that's too easy. Nah, give me another one.
All right. Hold on, let me think.
Yeah. And the Rahab lady.
We already went over Rahab.
Oh yeah. Eglon, that was the upper room where he stabbed the concubines.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Are you sure it says upper room in Eglon?
Yeah, it's the upper chamber. Yeah.
In Ezekiel, Satan says he's going to set his above the mountain of God.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Satan said that he wants to be in the upper room. Satan said, I want to be above the mountain of God. All right. So then, is it a coincidence that we have all these very like weird upper room events that's taking place because there are two upper rooms? There's the upper room that Satan uses, right? Because he takes over. But even though it's legal things that he's doing, he coming in the wrong fold, bro. You know how the Bible talks about there are different folds, right? But you have to come through the matrix of a woman in order to be of a certain fold. And then the Bible tells us that during a wedding that there's this stranger there that's dressed different. And he's asked, hey, where's your wedding garments at, brother? You come in through the wrong fold, bruh. Something wrong with your fold. Then you got dominion, right? Which that's what I'm talking about, is taken from Satan. That's the wrong fold. You have dominion of men, but the way you came about it, even though it was legal because they gave it to you, you came at it the wrong way, which there's a legal aspect of that too. You didn't utilize love. You utilized gain, personal gain. And in God's world, that's called imperfection. And imperfection is, and I'm talking about the type of God perfection. So that imperfection you have don't come from God. Therefore, it must be judged whether it is of God or not. And when God judges whether that imperfection is of God or not of God, he's going to judge righteously, which means he's going to tell the truth. And that's why Jesus said, or it happens a couple of times in the Bible where it's like, oh, am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? And this is where you see men of God or men of women or men of God or men of women trying to figure out what judging righteously is. You see it. You could tell. People's like, oh, so how are we supposed to judge that? Well, God's going to judge righteously. And when he makes a judgment, like, wait a minute, this is not of me, then it gets burnt up. That's what happens. It gets burnt up. So with that being said,
hey,
God, let me say this last thing.
Oh, my bad.
And the final judgment was made when man received the Spirit of God in the upper room, and it was God that was judging. Is this dominion given back to man, or what is this? And then that's exactly what it was. That was the judgment, that the dominion was given back to man. Man were able to put forth their hand, and they took the dove into themselves because it comes from God. And because of Christ, now we are able to take that because of we were made in the image and likeness of God. So when you go to the story where the dove was sent out, it says that Noah sent out a raven, but it didn't say the raven came from him. It's so funny how perfect this is laid out. He says, and then he set a dove, and how does it word it? Let me see.
Yeah, it says in verse 8, also, this is after he sent out the raven, and it said, also, he sent forth a dove from him.
Yeah.
So in verse 7, it says, he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, but it didn't say from him.
Yeah. And then it's just, bro, it's these little subtle things. It's the little subtle things, man, that people are not paying attention to. And one of them, which I don't hang my hat on this one, but it is very subtle, and it still confirms everything else, is when Satan is having this conversation with Eve, and it says, and when she saw that the tree was good for food and pleasant to the sight. I'm telling you, it does matter, that little when. All it does is add to all the other things that point to this truth. But here it says he sent out a raven, and then he sent forth a dove from him. Well, didn't the raven come from him too, or not? But for those that have ears to hear and eyes to see, we know exactly what it's referring to. So for now, for a man in the upper room, put forth his hand and take the spirit and bring it into themselves, that's because we were made in the image and likeness of God, and we're supposed to have a spirit that's alive. Why? Because the spirit comes from him, which means the spirit comes from us, because we're sons of God, made in his image and likeness under the last Adam. When the first Adam was made in his image and likeness, but because of the legal system, after he spiritually died, we still had that, from the first Adam. But what we got from the last Adam overrides what we got from the first Adam. So I'm just pointing out that it's not a coincidence at all that Absalom did this in the upper room or upper chamber. It's not a coincidence, even a little bit, that he has relationships with these quote unquote concubines. And plus he does it in front of all of Israel, which means he went to New York City, popped the tent, and did it right there, bro. I'm just saying, like, he did it in a place where a majority of people would like know about or want to be there or want to go there.
Yeah, David also kind of defiled the upper room in essence too, right? Because he saw Bathsheba. It says that he was walking around the roof of
because the upper because
he kind of like
because the upper room is the secret place. That's what the upper room is. The upper room, the chamber, it's the secret place. It's the heart. That's where sin begins. It's the imagination, the thought. That's where it all starts. Before it becomes a physical thing, it happens in thought first. So if you pay attention, matter of fact, go to where it's at. Where's the address? So we could describe
David.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 Samuel 11:2. And also Samuel anoints Saul in the roof as well in private.
Yeah, we're 2 Samuel what? 11?
11:2.
Yeah. Yeah, 11. I'm just gonna.
How we get some people on YouTube.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks. I keep forgetting about that. Hey guys, please. I need like 10 people. Working great. Let's get some peeps. Yeah. Man, I need like 10 people on YouTube, guys. Right now, I know there's only 60 something people on TikTok. Man, I need 10 of y'all. Instead of having your device open to TikTok, I need your device open to YouTube, if there's anywhere possible. I know y'all like to look at the comments, and I mean, if you can do it on 2 devices, amazing. If not, I understand, but it'd be amazing if we can get at least 10 people from TikTok to open up at Deskilled Live on YouTube and listen in from there. That'd be great. And it don't got to be the same people every time, man. But it helps the algorithm. And like I always say, if you think Deskilled has helped you even a little bit, going over to YouTube will help push Deskilled content, and it'll just reach more people that way. So, where are we at? Let's see. 2 Samuel 11. I'm going to read 1 and 2. It says, "And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in the evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon." So obviously that happened in the upper chamber. And you know what's funny? It's always the bed chamber. You know, he was on his bed. He arose off his... Do what?
Yes, I was saying, I know, right? It's always the bed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this is the intimacy. This is the intimacy with the Lord. This is where a lot of people...
That's where marriages are consummated. The
Yeah.
marriages are consummated in the bed. That's why the marriage bed is undefiled.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll constantly see like an upper chamber with the bed like that. Like when the lady made in the Old Testament for Elijah in the upper room, doesn't it describe them putting a bed up there?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what do we see? They're like, oh, well, we just see a room. And obviously your room has to have a bed. Yeah, but this is the intimacy of the Lord. Yeah.
To even be more specific, it says that when the lady's son died, he carried him and put him in the upper room on his bed. And that's where he laid on him and breathed into him life.
Yeah, so like whenever she was going through the town, everybody's like, "Is everything okay?" "Oh yeah, everything's fine." "Everything okay?" "Yeah, everything's fine." And then she comes to the dude that's with Elisha, and he's like, "Oh, everything's fine." But whenever Elisha was there, you could tell she's like, "Oh," she probably fell apart like a $2 suitcase. "Hey, my son died. I need you to come back." And out of all the places they could have went, it says that he took the boy. Matter of fact, go to it. Let's go to the address and just read it so we can describe the way that it tells us.
Sorry, friends. I'm making also breakfast for my kids, so I guess.
What was we looking for? I wasn't listening.
Yeah, we're looking for the address where the lady and the husband said bed for Elijah, and then.
Y'all find it? Mike Garcia, what's up, bruh? I see you on YouTube. Oh, you talking smack to each other or what?
Over.
1 Kings 17. 1 Kings 17, I think. 1 Kings, 1 Kings 17, 19, it says.
So the next one, that's a new background, and 1, 2, 3, 4 white stripes.
And he said unto her, and he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom and carried him up into a loft, where he abode, and laid him upon his own bed.
The first dog.
Oh man, my back is killing me.
So yeah, second, it's 1 Kings 17, 18 to, or might as well say 17 till 17 onwards, basically. 1 Kings 17 onwards. Yeah, like Tammy said.
1 Kings 17. Yeah, look at the way it says. It says it.
No, it's my son.
What?
Watching like country flags, bro.
Hey, your screen's on pause.
Okay, hold on.
And your mic is muted too. The heck?
Is he taking a break?
Nah, he probably got a phone call.
All right, my bad. Where is it? 1 Kings what?
1 Kings chapter 17, verse 17 onward.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to 1 Kings 17.
And so funny, it also ends up in chapter 17.
Yeah. All right. So 19. So this is 1 Kings 17:19. It says, and he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom. Do you think that's a coincidence that he took him out of her bosom? Not a coincidence. If you understand Abraham's bosom and you understand where Jesus was, you understand what that is. And it's like, no, all it's saying is she's carrying the son and he grabbed the son. Really? Why does it have to say from her bosom then? Why didn't it just say, as she was carrying the lad, he grabbed her from her arms? Why does it have to say bosom? If he's carrying her, don't we already know where he's at? Why does it have to say that? And this is a part that a lot of people are missing. They're not understanding that Jesus is very specific on where things are going, where they come from. It's very specific because it intertwines with a lot of things that people utilizing these same words. And it says, and he took him out of her bosom and carried him up into a loft where he abode. God's abode? And laid him upon his own bed. His own bed. I wonder why. I wonder why this man, whose name just happens to be Yahweh is God, why this man took a dead son from a dead bosom, because Eden had thorns and thistles. Even Eden had to be revived. But in order to do that, God had to take it and put it in his own bosom, which is the upper room, the upper chamber in his bed, where the marriage is consecrated on the bed, and that is how we become born again. That's how. But it says here, Lord, which, my bad, hold on. Yeah, at 17, it's funny. It says, and it came to pass after these things that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick. Sickness was sore, that there was no breath left in him. What kind of breath? What? The Bible says that God breathed into Adam and he became a breath of life. I mean, a living soul. But he breathed into him and he became a living soul. And if you don't know that the breath of life is not a soul, man. It's the spirit, the rhema, the ruach, right? So his spirit was alive because God made him a living soul, which means his soul had a living spirit. It's not talking about living, meaning it's just alive. It's talking about God's kind of life. Not like an animal. I got a horse out there. It's alive. Is that spiritually alive? The horse spiritually alive? It's physically alive. But it says that God's breath was breathed into the nostrils of Adam, and he became a living soul, which means his soul had life in it because it had the Spirit of God from the breath of life. And it's just a coincidence that it says, and there was no breath left in him. No, the first Adam had no breath left in him. His soul was alive, but not that kind of life, the way that God made him. He was no longer the image and likeness of God, bro. Jesus is the image of the invisible God. The last Adam is, not the first. It says in 17, there was no breath left in him. 18, and he said to Elijah, what have I to do with thee, O thou man of God, art thou come unto me to call my sin to remembrance and to son? And he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom and carried him up into a loft where he abode and laid him upon his own bed. And he cried unto the Lord and said, O Lord, let me see, I'm sorry. O Lord, my God, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourned by slaying her son? And he stretched himself 3 times. 3 times. What is 3 significant of? Anybody know?
Unity.
Huh? No, not the meaning of the word. What is it significant of? What is something that is shown to us that, huh?
Death, burial, and resurrection.
Oh yeah, but how is it confirmed to us? We know that's what it is, but how is it confirmed? Can anybody think of something on top of their head?
Well, John the well, many things.
Yeah, well, when Joseph was in prison, there were 2 men that had dreams. And one of them had 3 white baskets on his head. The other one had a vine that had 3 branches. And Joseph said the 3 branches meant 3 days. The 3 baskets meant 3 days. And it says right here, and he stretched himself upon the child 3 times and cried unto the Lord and said, O Lord, my God, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. 3 days. He did it 3 times. Those were the 3 branches. Those are the 3 baskets. Those are the 3 days. Right. So the 3 days, the death, burial, and resurrection, our soul came back to life because God's soul was offered for us. So when people don't see this in the scripture, what I just went over, they don't see it in Samson, where Samson says, let me die with the Philistines. But then you go study it in Hebrew and it says, let my soul die with the Philistines. And then so many other scriptures say that God's soul will be offered for us. So they don't understand that Jesus is God's soul. They don't understand. They don't understand that. He was the one that was offered. And so what they do is they go, no. Yeah, bro. Then show me how God's soul was offered then. Show me. That's the only way you can show it is through Christ. There is no other way. And so
he bought the church with his blood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so random. So Absalom, instead of sleeping, it just dawned on me. He slept with the concubines.
Yeah. Hold on. What were concubines? What made a woman a concubine in those days? Anybody know?
Basically, like in 2024 language, it's a side chick, right?
No. We can't do that one like this.
Serve a handmaid.
Listen to my question. In those days, what made a woman a concubine? I need someone to go find proof. I would show you where to go. Hold on. All right. Does anybody know? What made?
Yeah, like the kind of like wife, but not a wife, right? Just
material.
Someone that's able to bear.
They were barren women.
What? Okay, I don't know.
So nobody knows. Well, I'm not giving the answer, bro. It's too good.
I mean, when they became, when they were conquered, they became concubines, like Hagar. Like Hagar was
all right, let me just ask this way. Can a Jew be a concubine? Can a Jew woman be a concubine?
No.
I need proof.
No.
I need proof. I need proof.
I need servant, bro. A servant.
I
A
didn't
handmaid.
know that. That is so cool.
All right, but I need proof.
So we can go to, let me think.
Boom, that right there clarifies a lot of things.
Maybe Genesis. Give me a second.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hagar would have been the first.
Okay, wait a minute. What about Nabal's wife Abigail? Was she Jewish?
Oh man.
Yeah, but she wasn't his concubine. I mean, that didn't become David's concubine. She became his wife. He married her.
Okay, yeah, he married her. Okay. All right, hold on. Was David married to any of the concubines?
No.
The
Jezreel. What is Jezreel? Is Jezreel Jewish?
Oh.
I'm not 100% sure if he was married. Like
it says
they had like multiple wives and concubines, but the concubines were like the secondary to the wives in the hierarchy. Like I don't know that they were actually.
Yeah. But we gotta prove. Okay, what's the difference between a wife of a man and a concubine? What's the difference? That's what. Before we go further, everybody needs to at least see that, like what the difference is, because if not, it's not gonna make any sense.
Concubines came from like lower class, like a social economic class. They were usually like slaves or like people that owed stuff like that. Like they were servants, handmaidens, things of that nature. They weren't wives. Like Sarah wasn't a handmaiden. Hagar was a handmaiden.
Esther.
Yeah, it says they were married, but they were all. But the concubines were the ones that were married who were slaves.
Okay, so watch this. What is it in those days? Watch this. In those days, what is the difference between a wife and a concubine? What's the difference?
One bears children, the other one doesn't.
So you're saying that no concubines bore children?
They weren't supposed to. That's why Hagar messed up. He ended up marrying Hagar. He wasn't a concubine no more. He ended up marrying her.
If you had relations with them, wouldn't you automatically married in biblical days? And how it was.
Hey, I think he went to left field on that one, bro.
I mean, that is, it says somewhere.
All right, so we got to come into agreement, though, before we go further. We got to come into agreement about something. All right, so if a king married a woman, let's say there was a woman that was his wife, could he have more than one wife? Okay, are any of those wives considered concubines?
No.
No.
Okay, so you're saying, I'm just making clear that everybody understands. Let's say a king married 5 wives, but then over here in this shed, he got 20 concubines. Even though he's married to all of them, they're not considered the same thing, the same class of people.
Right.
All right. So Sarah was Abraham's wife. Hagar was his servant. So when he married Hagar, did she become a wife or a concubine?
Wife.
A wife.
All right, because he married her, right?
Because she bore him a child. If she wouldn't have bore him a child, the inheritance.
So are you saying?
Okay, so go ahead. No problem. Go ahead, Himalaya. You got it.
Oh, okay. So do you mean that concubines are not married legally to the king?
They belong to the king, man. They're his. They're his woman, regardless. They just don't have the same legal rights would.
Right. Like the legality is not there. You know what I mean?
Like if she has a child and that's not his wife, then it can inherit the same way as a child could. That's why Abraham had to marry Hagar so that what's the boy's name? Ishmael can inherit at that point. Without that marriage, he can't inherit. That's why you see For example, the 12 tribes, they have different moms, but these moms were all wives.
Let me say something.
They weren't concubines.
Let me say something. Let me say something real quick. Hold on. Time out. Hold on. So let me say real quick. Angel Marie. Wait, he didn't marry her. Angel Marie. Who didn't marry who? You said, hey. You said, wait, he didn't marry her. Who didn't marry who? Angel Marie. We're talking about Hagar and Abraham, so I'm assuming that's who you're talking about because we're not talking about it. Be it God or Abram. What? Who didn't marry who, Angel Marie? I don't understand what that means. When you put, wait, he did not marry her, who are you saying didn't marry her? Who didn't? Abraham didn't marry Hagar. No, Abraham did marry Hagar. Somebody pull it up. We got to be on the same page. We're already not on the same page already.
Yeah.
Show me. No, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. No, I'm with you. That's why I'm going slow because, Himalaya is always trying to make everybody get a freaking master's degree. In the morning, we got to go through 14 books to get to one of her questions over here. Y'all blame Himalaya. She's like, hey, I got a question. I said, you got one question. I'm like, you got one question. Okay, let's go. And she goes way over here. And I'm like, Himalaya, that's not even a question. Well, it's getting to my question. I'm like, all right, let's get to that. And before you know it, she's got 20 questions and she's acting like this one verse. If we can just give her the answer to this one verse, I'm like, no, bro, we got to go through all the mathematical equations, bro, to get this answer that you come up with way over here. So, all right, where's it at? Who's looking for it? Who's looking for the truth that Abraham married Hagar? Who's looking for it?
I think it's Genesis 45-ish.
Tom Ace said Abraham never married Hagar. Tom Ace, I'm glad you're here. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
16. In Genesis 16, 1 through 4 is when Sarah gave her to him to build a family.
Oh, man.
I think it's in the... Oh.
Just read verse 3, Dre.
All right. I'll just read 1 through 4. It says, Now Sarah, Abraham's wife, had borne no children, but she had an Egyptian slave named Hagar. So she said to Abram, the Lord has kept me from having children, so go sleep with my slave. Perhaps I can build a family through her. Abram agreed to what Sarah had said. So Abram had been living in Canaan for 10 years. Sarah, his wife, took her Egyptian slave Hagar and gave her to him, to her husband, to be his wife.
Yeah,
he slept with her, and Hagar conceived.
To be his wife. Okay, so listen, Abraham. Let's see, the Kelly Morey.
No. Hold on. Try. I need some apologies. I need some people to say I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah, let's see. Hey, let's see if we can get them to say that. If not, they're probably gonna give us the boot.
Need some works. We need to see some works of the spirit here.
Yeah. Hey, just so y'all know, Tom Ace and Angel Marie, we're just giving you a hard time. We don't need no apologies. Me and Dre just make that joke because Christians to this day hold each other accountable. Like, we need to go beg for mercy and apologize, and I'm sorry, and that's a bunch of hogwash. If we're brothers and sisters, you ain't got to go beg someone, tell them you're sorry. And you definitely don't sit there and wait for someone to finish their apology. So it's just a joke. Pete G. Drake, since you always deal in pictures, I think I'm starting to see it. Yeah, well, Jesus is the one that deals with pictures. I just started seeing it and sharing it. So no matter what, if he's king or man, I don't know what that means.
But don't get it twisted. She was the right hand possessed first, because that's how I get the Muslims. I was like, you guys come from the right hand possessed.
The right hand possessed. Let me say this real quick on YouTube. Let me say this on
good,
let me say this on YouTube real quick. The Kelly Morris, or maybe that's what it says. So Kelly Morris became a team member. I just want to let everybody know that. So Abraham,
Kelly, she's always.
It says Abraham primary wife was Sarah. Two secondary wives, Hagar, Kenar, Genesis. Yeah, no, I mean, we ain't trying to break down all the wives. Just somebody was saying that Hagar was not a wife to Abram, and she was. But the misconception is just because she became a wife, it doesn't mean she overrode Sarah, right? Like the promise didn't change. The promise was through Sarah and Abraham, not through any other. Through Sarah and Abraham. So let's not lose focus on that.
I never had no promises if they wouldn't have been married, period.
Angel Marie, what do you mean? So Abraham married and divorced her. Where did you get the second part of that?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, why are you asking about a divorce? I don't understand. I don't understand why you're asking about a divorce. Or maybe okay, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but maybe you don't understand that there are guys that married more than one woman back then. Now, if you're saying you didn't know that, then I understand, but if you did know that they married more than one woman, why are we talking about divorce? I'm just not understanding.
She's talking about when they kicked her and Ishmael.
All right, hold on. Let me read this. Let me read this real quick. Yeah, when she was kicked out, laugh out loud, because if she was still his woman, she wouldn't have to leave. Yeah. No. All right. So look, the main focus of the Bible is not the story of just the people. The main 100% focus of the Bible is for the promise to come to pass. The promise. So when Sarah said to Abraham, woman and her son, that son will not have inheritance over my son. Remember, now Ishmael is here. The promise, the seed that was spoken in the book of Genesis, that is the thing that the focus is. Not whether Abraham divorced Hagar or any of that. I mean, do you need Marie, are you saying you need a piece of paper that proves they got divorced, or what are you getting at? Right, and I see that in this story. You see what in this story? What do you mean you see that in the story? I know you can't you can't say exactly what you want because like TikTok gives you one sentence. You don't really get What does that mean, Dre? BRB. Oh, be right back. His first bride versus his new bride. Yeah, so I mean, anyway, this is what we do know, Angel Marie. This is questionable. Sarah is Abraham's wife. And the main focus is became his wife, so, well, they got divorced and, where's the certificate of divorce? And well, obviously he kicked her out of the land because of his wife said so. Right. So, if you're saying you need a piece of paper that proves they were divorced, I really don't know what to tell you on that one.
Wasn't here at the time of Abraham yet.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm not trying to go there. No need for paper. Yeah, exactly. No need for paper. But I mean, if you want to say, well, he divorced her, he kicked her out into the desert, fine. I just don't see that being the focus though, right? The focus is, the father, right, chose Sarah, not Hagar. Yeah, I mean, that is who said that? Cornerstone. Hey, Cornerstone, what's going on? Yeah, that is the focus. Again, the whole focus is who who is moving this seed that was brought up in Genesis? Who is moving that seed throughout the whole Bible? Who is carrying this seed? And it's always going to be through the promise. There was no promise that Hagar and Abraham was going to have a kid. There's no promise. The promise was Sarah and Abraham. So when you have like Islamic believers say, nope, Abraham's first kid was, yeah, bro, but you're missing the point. Sarah and Abraham is where the promise was. You know, it's funny to me when Islamic believers harp on the fact that Abraham's first child was Ishmael. Don't they understand that if mankind was trying to like hide that, they wouldn't even have wrote it down, bro? It's so funny to me. They're like, oh, but God's integrity, he kept it in there. Bro, if we're studying the right God, the promise by the three visitors was that Sarah was going to bear a son with Abraham, and that was going to be the promise. It doesn't matter if all this other stuff doesn't matter. It was whether or not Sarah and Abraham was going to have a kid, because when they did have a kid, I don't care if Abraham had 50 kids before him and Sarah had one. You're missing the point. Islamic believers, the promise was through Sarah and Abraham. If you don't remember Sarah's name, does anybody remember what Sarah's name was before it was Sarah?
Sarai.
So the fact that her name was changed, Abraham's name was changed to end in Sarah, right? Abraham. The fact that it was changed the way that it was changed, you go study their names, you'll see why. The promise came through Sarah and Abraham. Sarah and Abraham. It came through them. I don't speak Hebrew, so don't make fun of the way I'm pronouncing it. I usually pronounce those names wrong. Like every time I say David, they're like, it's not David. I'm like, whatever. It's not. That's not how you say David's name in Hebrew. It's not David. Stop the nonsense. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I understand the proper pronunciation. You know, I don't know how to pronunciate. Let's see. I was going to say something here. Oh, man, I lost my spot. Okay, I don't know where it's at. But it's all good. All right, so let's get back to where we were. So 1 Kings 17, we're talking about Elijah saying, you know, give me the lad, and he takes the lad out of her bosom. Okay, if you don't understand what bosom is representing, it's talking about a man's dead heart and then the new heart, the revival, the resurrection man. That's why God told, when Moses cried out to God and said, hey, how are these people going to believe my report? He says, how are they going to believe me? He said, that's easy. Take your hand and stick it under your garment in your bosom. And he does. And when it comes out, it was leprous. Why? Because the man's first heart, first bosom was dead. I don't understand how people don't see this. I'm not mocking you, but I'm not understanding how are you not putting this together? And I'm not asking you that because I want the answer. I'm saying you need to ask yourself this. What is hindering you from seeing this? I wish I could tell you the answer, but I'm not giving you the answer. You should know. But he takes it out and it's white leprous. And it says, put it in there again. He puts it in there again and it's cleansed. That's man's second heart, the bosom. Abraham's bosom, where Lazarus is, right? That's Jesus in man's heart. Abraham's bosom is not purgatory. Abraham's bosom is heaven. It's talking about the heart, Eden. Where in the world do you think it says that the rich man said, hey, Abraham said, tell Lazarus to dip his finger in the water to cool my tongue. What water? What water is in Abraham's bosom? Nobody in the panel can answer this. Chat.
Well, water.
Himalaya. Nobody in the panel can answer. Nobody in the panel can answer. Himalaya, did you hear me?
Oh yeah, but
No,
okay,
blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Nope.
no. Can.
You're a panel, Himalaya.
Yeah, just hit
panel,
mute.
Baby.
Hit your mute, Himalaya. I just see you giving the answer accidentally and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry." Just mute your mic. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. All right. Only people. Thank you for asking, Jude. You can't answer. Listen, some of you don't know who you are. You can't answer, man. Stop. When the rich man said to Abraham, tell Lazarus to dip his finger in the water so he can cool my tongue, what water is in Abraham's bosom? If Abraham's bosom is not Eden, where in the heck is there water then? Guys, there's only one place in the Bible. There's only one place that has living water. It's called heaven. It's called heaven. I don't understand these people. And what is heaven? That's where God walked in the cool of the day, where he put man in the Garden of Eden. Eden, the entirety, not just the Garden of Eden. Guys, stop compartmentalizing certain things of the Bible, man. The Garden of Eden is a garden that was planted in Eden. Eden is a big place. It says that God planted a garden in Eden. That means before the garden was there, Eden was there, which is a big piece of soil, a big piece of land, which means God's walking from east to west, north, south, and he goes, let me see, out of all the directions of Eden, I'm going to plant my garden in the east. So he planted the garden in the east. Guys, Eden is heaven. Eden, the entirety of Eden. So when people say, no, the Garden of Eden, man, forget the garden. Why are we talking about the garden? Listen, before God planted the garden, Eden was there, man. Slow down, read your Bible. Eden was already there. He said he planted a garden in where? In the east of Eden. Eden. There's no garden. Stop reading the Bible and thinking the garden's already there. It's not there. First, it's just Eden. And it says that God planted a garden. That means the sower went out to sow seed. The parable of the sower. If the sower went to go plant seed, what the heck is he standing on if it's not soil? Because the garden's in his hand, guys. The seeds are in his hand. There's no, come on. It's a big piece of land, and God's like, I can go west. Let me see, I can go south. You know what? I'm going to go east on Eden. Guys, it's not planted yet. The garden's not planted yet. And he finally makes it to the east, and what does he do? He starts planting a garden. Where? In Eden, the ground. The good ground, by the way. And then, guess what? The garden started growing. And Eden, what does it say? In Eden, there's one river, and it's spread out to 4 rivers. So Eden has water. Where else and anywhere is there water? This kind of water. Where? Where it's going to cool a man's tongue. Where? What kind of water does that? This ain't talking about, listen, the rich man wasn't in the desert. He wasn't in the physical desert, bro, asking for water. Go read it again. He's in a place that there's only one kind of water that's gonna soothe him. And it just so happens that Lazarus, if you don't know that Lazarus is a shadow of Jesus, if you don't know that, man, if you cannot see that, I don't know how. To be honest with you, if you study the Bible at all with your heart, you'll see who Lazarus represents as a shadow. Because Lazarus' name in Hebrew is Eleazar, which happens to be the oldest servant of Abraham. Somebody in the panel. No. Panel cannot answer. Panel cannot answer. Who served?
Okay.
Oh my God. Don't even unmute him. You know what, Himalaya? I'm going to kick you out. Let me kick you out of here real quick. No, for real though. Check it out. Who served Abraham in the desert? No, panel, do not answer, panel. Listen, people in the chat. Who served Abraham? Who was serving him? Who was Abraham's servant during the time of Abraham? Eleazar, right? He was a servant, right? Let me ask you this. Did oh, look at that. Somebody said Melchizedek. Okay, so Melchizedek served him. Eleazar served him. Does anybody know what those names mean? Somebody in the panel. I mean, not in the panel. Chat. What was Eleazar? What is the name rendered in English? Melchizedek. What is that name rendered in English? Somebody give me that in the chat. No, high priest. Melchizedek don't mean high priest. Danette. Okay, let's see. Alex, you're in the panel, bro.
That's me, Alex.
Cornerstone servant. All right, Cornerstone. What name is this? Guys, give me the name. Give me Eleazar equals this. Give me, because I want everybody else to see it. Trust me, I don't need to learn this right now. I got this one down. Out of all of them, I got this one down. So put Eleazar equals, and then put the name in English, and then put Melchizedek equals, and then all right, so Passion put Eleazar, God of hope. Let's see, Daniel, what's going on? Melchizedek, king of Salam, right? And if you don't know what Salam is, bro, that's where they get the name Shalom. Shalom, peace. Cornerstone put king of peace. Okay, so Melchizedek, yes. Melchizedek, king of peace. Guys, who's the prince of peace? Who's the prince of peace? Why is it that Melchizedek's name means king of peace, but Jesus is the prince of peace? Why? Because he's the son of the king. And if you don't know who Jesus is by now, Lord, have mercy on your soul. All right, so.
Hey, Trot.
What?
Melchizedek's name actually means king of righteousness.
No, I know, but watch this. What word is it that's given righteousness? In Melchizedek, what part of that name is righteousness? And I'm going to show you how it means hope and peace. Zedek. And what's the root word for Zedek?
Peace.
Right. So remember, all these words come from the word shalom. How come Jews always say shalom when they meet each other? What does that mean?
Peace upon you.
Peace upon you. So Melchizedek, even though Zedek is pointing to righteousness, without peace, there is no righteousness. And when you start learning Hebrew, you'll see how all these words, it's different than English, man. It's different than English. And I thank God I didn't make the mistake and try to take the time to learn the language. I wouldn't have learned any of this. I would have just learned how to say shalom to myself, bro. Like the language is so ancient, it's ridiculous, man. You know, but does it help? Absolutely, it helps. You'd be a fool not to learn more of it. Okay, so Eleazar, God is help. That's funny. Eleazar's name is God is help. Who's that? Who's help? If it says God is help, who's helping Abraham then? Do you understand? The name Testament. Eleazar is not just a name. Eleazar. No, his name is God is help. So who is Abraham asking help from all the time? And I'm not, panel cannot answer. When Abraham went to God is help and says, hey, find Isaac a wife, who is he actually asking to find a wife? Anybody? Well, no, not anybody. Panel cannot answer. Tom put Christ, Jesus, faith. Yeah, faith, exactly. Let me ask you this, Trina. Is faith your servant? Passion said God. Yes, God, 100%, because God is help. Yeah, faith is our servant, right? We tell faith what to do, and faith does it. Listen, Eleazar is a servant, and his name is God is help. Who did God send? Who did the Father send to help us?
His name is help. If you go to Psalms 22, the first verse, when it says, why are you so far from helping? That word helping is Yeshua.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of them. Yeah, exactly. So Jesus is faith. You know why? Because he's the faithful servant. Him. He is. Eleazar is the servant of Abraham. Servant of Abraham. Jesus said, I come not to be served. I came to serve. Why? Because he's been serving. From the beginning of time, he is the servant. He is Eleazar who was serving Abraham. He is Eleazar who Jesus himself spoke Eleazar into this parable, and he put Eleazar in Abraham's bosom because Eleazar was Abraham's servant. He served him from his heart. And that's the only place that has water that you can cool someone's tongue who is in hell. It's the only water. It's not asking for physical water, man. Come on, bro. Get off the gas, bro. Physical water is not what's sending you to heaven. They're not asking for physical water, bro. Remember, this is the one telling this parable. Jesus is the Saul's servant to when David. Daniel, I'm trying to read your comment. Jesus is Saul's servant to when David was called. Yes, bro. It says David was a man after God's own bosom. Do I have to use that word here? Do I have to use that word? David was a man after God's own bosom, God's own heart. He played the harp, and it soothed David's evil spirit. Now, let me ask you this. If you go get a harp and someone says, oh, I have an evil spirit vexing me, is that harp? Are you going to make a melody that calms down this man? No, bro. The Bible tells us, if you pay real close attention, harps represent heart. That's what the harp represents in the Bible. But when you go to Book of Revelation, all those places, it talks about the angel of God walking around with the harp of God. The angels had the harp of God. So what happens? A fool starts painting pictures of little baby angels with wings, and they got a harp. They got a harp like this. Bro, it's not what that's talking about, bro. It's not what that's talking about, man. Not even a little bit.
Right. In the parable, he looked up in hell in agony. He was thirsty. Jesus says, if a man drink of this water, he'll never thirst. So the water that he gives.
Yep. The water that he gives. Why? Because he came from up above. He came from up above, and the water that I give. Why? Where do you come from? Hey, Eleazar, where do you come from? Oh, I come from Abraham's bosom. Oh, is that also Moses's bosom? Yes. How do we know? How do we know that's also Moses' bosom? Because Moses said, hey, how are they going to believe me? These people ain't going to believe me. He said, oh, don't worry about it. Take your hand and stick it in your bosom. Oh, okay. Now pull it out. It's leprous. Oh, wow. Watch this. Like a magic trick, Moses. Stick your hand in your bosom again. Whose bosom? Moses' bosom. His bosom. And he pulled it out and it was healed. Guys, if you can't pick what the Bible is not saying a million things. It's not full of 500 magic tricks. So you can say, look how awesome God is. But yeah, you can't explain how awesome God is. Look, see, it was a sign. Leprous, and then no more leprous. No, it's the sign of the bosom. He was trying to let the people know that his heart is right, and God looks at the what? Heart. Moses's heart was right. It doesn't have to say that Moses was a man after God's own heart. It showed it through him sticking his bosom in it. Oh, man, bro. You can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up. The Bible will show you. If you slow down, it'll show you. We just got a subscriber. Who subscribed, man? I'm trying to find you. Man, how come I can't find it anymore? It used to pop it up right there.
Color Boss.
Yeah, but where's it at, bro? It used to pop up right here. Like it. Man, come on, man. Oh, here it is. Color Boss subscribe. All right, Color Boss, man. Obviously, we appreciate it. Guys, all the funds through the subscriptions, they go to YouTube and to TikTok, and we use those funds to push more descaled content. Obviously, descaled content is focused on Jesus. It ain't focused on nothing else. I could care less about how some guy argues with another guy. I mean, Lord have mercy, about all this, whatever. You know, it's not about arguing, winning an argument. I'm going to send this guy money because, I don't know, he's good at arguing with atheists about the Bible, or he's good at arguing with Calvinists or Catholics or Islamic believers. Oh, I love how he puts these people in their place. I'm going to give him my money. Well, then go ahead. Do whatever. You're a grown adult. But here, if you subscribe to this channel, we push descaled content, and descaled is only focused on one thing, and that's Jesus. That's it. That's the only thing I talk about. It's all I care about to talk about. All the other shenanigans, I could care less. But if you have been blessed at all, and you feel that descaled can bless someone else to open their eyes, open the blind eyes, and open the deaf ears, what we're focused on, we are 100% focused on descaling people like Saul of Tarsus. When he became Paul the Apostle, said like scales fell from his eyes. And as soon as that happened, this man wrote 3/4 of the New Testament. And you know what he used? He used the Old Testament. He used the Old Testament to write the New Testament. And what I'm saying is every one of us should be looking towards being descaled just like Paul the Apostle, because it's that relationship that saves people. It's not in words, it's in power. And when you speak the truth about Scripture, just like I'm going over about the heart, God's heart being Eden, and it is heaven, it does open people's eyes. There's too many people that can contest to this. It does open people's eyes. And that's what I'm focused on. Greater things shall ye do, because I go to the Father. What greater thing? Opening people's spiritual eyes and their deaf ears. And the lame can walk. What lame? Pick up your bed and walk. Walk where? The Bible says, how beautiful are their feet that preach the gospel of peace. The gospel, how beautiful are their feet. That's the lame. Get up and walk and do what? Minister Christ. And now you can, because your ears are open. Your eyes are open. Your ears are open. You can hear. Now you can minister the gospel. That's when, not before. And what is the gospel? The gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ's death, burial, and resurrection. That is the good news. And when people try to split hairs and say, oh, that's not all the good news. Oh, you're a genius. You're a genius then, because you filled in one word that the person missed. Listen, people just need to know that the whole Bible contains Jesus. And your job is to figure out how you're supposed to convey that message. And guess what? Without the Holy Spirit, you'll do too good of a job. But I'll tell you this, with the Holy Spirit, God will make you look smart. I promise. He'll make you look like you're smart as heck. And the truth is, you're just some man or woman that picked up the Bible, used your heart, read it, understood it, and you have a choice. You're either going to tell others what you saw, or you're not. It's up to you. But like I say in my bio, for 12 to 15 hours a day for 5 years, I poured myself into that Bible, and I found a treasure that I cannot keep to myself. It'd be no difference if we're all in a desert. And I said, guys, looks like we're just going to perish. And a small group of us is like, all right, hey, you go west, you go east, you go south, you go north. Hey, walk for one day because we got 2 or 3 days left and we're going to die. Each one of y'all walk one day and come back. Period. Come back, whether you find something or not. And at a distance, you see somebody coming back slow, sad, didn't find nothing. Somebody else coming from another direction, slow, sad, found nothing. But from the east, I see a man drenched in water, sprinted, telling us, I found it. So the question is, if you found it, a big tank of water, would you come back or would your lazy butt just stay there and just drink all of it? Would you come back? You know how I know someone's been there? You know how I know? Because they're drenched and they can't shut up about it. They come back, bro. The ones that didn't find nothing, if they come back, oh, you could tell they're still dried up like they were when they left. Oh, man. So what time is it? 11 o'clock? Sneaky gnome. All right, what time is it? Oh, man, it's already 11 o'clock. All right, check it out. We're going to finish this one up. Usually, remember, guys, I get off around noon, but that's because I don't come up to like 9:30, 10 o'clock. But I'm going to have to be getting off around 11 because I'm actually coming on around 8:30. So let's see. CJ, man, what you got to say before we go?
God bless. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.
Sweet. Flip, what you got?
Proverbs 3 tomorrow, right? That's where we stop.
Yeah. Keep bringing that up. Next time, Himalaya, you're cut off for 2 days, bro.
You're banned.
Sorry.
All right, Alex, what you got, bro? All right, maybe not. What do you say, Passion? Too early? Oh, yeah, no, I know. Just, guys, remember, let me remind you, Descaled is from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Time. 8:30 to 10:30. So really, it's supposed to be 10:30, okay? But I went 30 extra minutes. And I know usually we don't get off till noon or 1, but remember, my schedule's changed, okay? So whenever I come on, the time actually starts. Usually I start it, and I can't hop on to like 9:30, sometimes 10:30. My schedule's changed now because of the heat. So basically, somewhere around July, August, my schedule changes. So now certain things happen earlier. And so because of that, because this was the time that I normally started it, 8:30, and it had to do because of certain things that I had to get done. And we just left it. But my schedule sometimes changes, but it's back to where it's at. So we're all good. All right. Let's see. Hulk, what you got, homeboy?
Great lesson, brother. Enjoyed it. God bless everybody. Love y'all.
Absolutely. Himalaya, what you got?
Okay, thank you so much, teacher, for all the teaching. I got more clarity today on the thing, and I'll go back and, of course, I'm going to keep going on and on and on about it. But thank you so much. It's giving me more insight. And yeah, everybody remember that except Jesus and his love, everything is vanity, vanity, vanity. That's all.
It shall come. You there? It shall come. What's on your mind?
I was just wondering, so what did Yeshua come to teach us?
Are you a Christian? It shall come?
Well, of course I follow the Bible, yeah.
All right, so you tell us, what did Jesus come to teach us?
Well, if you read Acts chapter 3, if you start from verse 19, you probably could, it tells you, it says, repent ye therefore and be converted, so your sins can be blotted out, when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord, when he shall send you Christ Yeshua, who was before preached unto you. And then it tells you then who the heavens must receive until the restoration of all things. And then it tells you then, for Moses truly said unto the fathers, a prophet shall the Lord your God rise up unto you from the midst of your brethren, like unto me.
Yeah, hey,
and you should listen to him.
Yeah, it shall come to pass. Hey, we all know scripture here. So what's your point? What's your point you're making?
So then it tells you, obviously, in the next verse, like, anyone doesn't listen to him, the soul will be destroyed.
Yeah.
So do you know what that prophecy is quoting?
No. You came up here, so why don't you just tell us?
Well, so it's quoting Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15 to 19.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the same scripture, and it tells you should listen to him. And then in verse 16, it tells you he's coming to teach you.
Hey, it shall come. Listen, we know scripture, brother. What is your point? What is the point of you? Are you telling us to be under the law? Is that why you came up here?
No, I tell you to keep the Holy Covenant.
What's that?
The 10 Commandments.
I just said the law, and you said no.
No, the law is official law, the law of sin and death.
Okay, let me ask you this. So you're saying that the 10 Commandments is not God's law?
It's God's spiritual law.
Okay, so we're
the law of the Spirit.
Okay, so we're in agreement. Why would you say no, that's not the law, and then at the same breath, hold on a second, hold on, time out. Brother, if you're going to sit here and tell me in one breath that the law, the 10 Commandments is not the law, and then you say it's a spiritual law, brother, we're in agreement that it's the law. So you came up here to tell us to, hold on. So you came up here to tell us to be under the law, right?
No, this is what I mean, right? So no, what you're trying to say now,
okay,
you're
hold
trying
on,
to say
whoa, hold on a second.
Please let me speak.
No, hold on. You've been speaking. Hold on a second. Listen, brother, listen. Listen, go open a live and you can preach the law all you want to on your live. Okay? Here, we're not going to debate and argue about that. We've already in agreement that the 10 Commandments is the law. There's no disagreement. Okay, but you can.
My goodness.
So we're in agreement. There's no disagreement, brother. God's hold on a second. No. Listen, God's finger wrote the 10 Commandments, right?
Yes, correct.
Hold on. Okay, all right. And that God, what's the name of that God that wrote those 10 Commandments?
Jehovah.
Okay, so Jehovah wrote the 10 Commandments, and he gave that to who? Moses, correct?
Yes.
All right. So Moses from Mount Sinai took those tablets, and the story of the Bible continues all the way to Jesus. Does Jesus play a role in? Does Jesus? Hold on a second. Does Jesus play a role in that same story or not? I'm just curious. I don't know what you.
Yes. So
okay, hold on. Whoa. Hold on a second, brother. Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we see eye to eye. So calm down. Calm down. So you said that God's finger wrote the 10 Commandments. The tablets were given to Moses, and I'm saying that story continued all the way to Jesus. You said yes. So look, it looks as though we're in agreement.
No, I didn't say yes. Let me talk.
Hold on a second. So then let me ask you then. First of all, you did say yes, but it doesn't matter. When the story continued from Moses and it goes all the way to Jesus, is a part of that? Is Jesus a part of that story? Yes or no?
Well, obviously, he's going to be a part of the story. You're just trying to twist what I'm going to say.
I'm just asking you a question. Listen, this is not about letting someone speak, okay? You wanted to come up here. I let you come up here. But before we start whittling around this story, I'm trying to make sure we're on the same page, okay? So all I'm asking you is Jesus part of the story at all when God gave Moses the 10?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, brother, we're in agreement. Okay. You know what it sounds like to me a little bit? And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But it sounds like you came up here as though you believe that we're in disagreement. That's what it seems like. That's the reason you came up here.
No, I'm coming up here to make sure.
Okay. You're coming up here to make sure of something? Brother, I don't even know you. Did you even ask me if I had my cup of coffee this morning? You didn't make sure about that. So you came up here to make sure.
I asked you a question.
Hold on a second. Just because you come up here asking questions doesn't mean you deserve. Hold on a second. Who said I have to answer any of your questions, guy? Where are you getting this idea? Just because you ask me questions, I have to answer you? Who taught you this?
Is all I said to you is what did Moses prophesy about the Messiah?
You asked. You don't have to repeat. I know what you asked, but what you have to understand is you asked to come up to the panel. So I let you come up. So nobody is going to come up to this
panel. Have a tidy conversation with someone about the Bible.
All right, fine. Then don't have a conversation. But what I'm telling you is you're not going to come up here and take over the live.
No, I said, why can't you?
Hold on a second, brother. You don't just come up here and take over someone's live. That's not how this works, man. So you remember, you requested to come up. Thank you. Have a good one. Anyway, so tomorrow we're going to get into Proverbs chapter 3. All right, what's up?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I said Proverbs 3.
Yeah, so Proverbs chapter 3, we're going to continue going over wisdom. And you know what? We might just start off Proverbs 3 chapter 1. We'll probably just verse 1. We'll probably just start there again. Excuse me. But if Himalaya comes up with the question, y'all just gonna have to tell her she's gonna have to wait till Thursday. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's see.
I'm not letting her up.
Yeah.
I got questions every day.
No. It's all good. No, but tomorrow we are gonna finish Proverbs chapter 3 at least, and then we can move on to something else before we go to 4. But I don't want to keep postponing 3 because that's where we left off Friday. So, let me see. Benny, what you got, homeboy?
Yeah, go subscribe to the YouTube, guys, if y'all haven't already, man. Y'all click the bio. Link right there. Subscribe.
Oh, you cutting out. Hey, Benny, Benny, you cutting out, bro.
That's it. See y'all tomorrow.
All right. Passion, what was your question? You know what? I felt like you had a question, bro, and I forgot. Type it in real quick, bro, if you don't mind. What was your question you had?
Trying to get somebody to ask you a question.
No, he said maybe my question. I'm patient. I'll wait. Just thought it would help. What's the question? Nah, ask the question, Passion. Don't be acting like a Catholic, bro. Calm down, bro.
Every time.
Hey, bro. No, don't do, bro. What's the question, bro? Just put it in there. That way everybody can have eyes on it. What's the question, bro? He's like, about Genesis 3:16 and Genesis 4:7. Genesis 3:16 and Genesis 4:7. I don't remember what you asked, though, man, off the top of my head. Forgive me. I'm going to act like a Protestant, bro, and act like I don't remember what you're talking about. All right, hold on. Genesis 3:16, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply. Man, what'd you ask about that, bro? What about it? The seed? All right, hey, Passion, tomorrow, remind us what you're talking about, bro. I do remember you asking something about it, and forgive me, Genesis 4:17. Let me look at that just real quick. 4:17, and Cain knew his wife. Man, I feel like I do remember you asking something about those, but I don't quite remember what it is.
I think it was the land of Nod.
Yeah, I think he said something about the land of Nod. Man, I feel like I answered you, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, you answered why we couldn't see Cain was invisible.
He said no. I try hard to, because of the voice of our not Nod. Okay, all right, I'll tell you what, Passion. Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow, bring your. I'm telling you questions, bro, and I want to say I answered it. Maybe it wasn't good enough. Don't worry, Passion. Bring it up tomorrow, and we'll go over it. And anyhow, all right, guys, we'll see y'all in the morning. God bless.